pork and pineapple. This is a delicious meal. I discovered it the other day while I was checking out what I had in the kitchen and in the fridge, and I put together basically these ingredients minus the chorizo ring. But I thought I'd add that today just as an added bonus. So what I've got 700 grams, about 1.5 pounds of pork. I've got a standard chorizo ring, and that is 200 grams. I've got a couple of carrots. I've got a whole head of garlic. You need lots of garlic for this one. I can't get hold of any fresh pineapple right at this moment, so I've got myself a can of pineapple pieces in juice, which is, what size is that? Drained weight 260 grams of pineapple pieces, but we put that in along with its juice, which gives it great flavour. Other flavourings, other ingredients include one nice shiny red pepper, capsicum pepper, 1.5 brown onions. I've got, that's 500 grams of sieved tomatoes, or passata tomato sauce basically. I've got 1 teaspoon each of red pepper flakes and chipotle pepper flakes. Chipotle gives a lovely smoky flavour and a nice mild heat. And I've got, that's I would say a heavy tablespoon full of paprika powder, ordinary paprika, but that's Hungarian red paprika powder, which is good quality. That's all it is. Now all I need to do is get this chopped up. It's a 1-pot dish, and we'll get it into the pot. Alright, everything's pretty much chopped up. I just want to chop my carrots into fairly large peasanty chunks, which I like. And the onion, what I want, again, I want large broad pieces of onion, so I'm just going to cut it first of all in half, and then half that down that way, and then just 2 cuts in there to make nice big fat chunks like that. Same with that one. Very simple, and it cuts them up nicely. For the peppers, I've got videos on how to prep things like this, and peppers is one of them. Peppers, I just top it, tail it, and then I go down the side. This one's got a baby inside, look. And then I run down there, and I run down there, and everything that needs to come away comes away, except the baby, which I'll use and chop that up. And I want that in the same size chunks I've done the onion roughly, so I just give that a chop along there, a couple of knife strokes through that. Likewise with that, run out of space, and likewise with that. For the lid, what I do is I normally just push this out. Actually, I haven't cut that really near, but if not, you can just run around the edge like that, and then chop it into nice chunks. That's everything chopped up. I just need to lift the lid off that can. But first of all, the first thing we've got to do is get this meat browned. What I'll do is I'll focus on the pot from now on. So into the pot goes a good old glug of olive oil. I don't know, what's that, 3 tablespoons. And then I'll put in half of my pork, and we'll get that browned up. Okay, my second batch is in there, sizzling away nicely. Going to get that nice and browned. Don't need to char it, just brown it. Seal in the juices. And those of you who don't eat pork, you probably know by now that turkey leg meat works just as well in dishes like this. But do use the leg meat, because breast meat, I don't know, it doesn't really take the same way as turkey leg meat will. So once that's going nicely, it's all pretty quick from here on in. So in there goes the rest of the pork, already browned. And the next thing I want to get in here is the onions, the carrot and the peppers. And give that a stir. And then what we want to do is we want to get a turn on those and just keep turning it and frying it. And then you're greeted with that amazing smell. It's just awesome, that is. Fabulous. Keep stirring and frying it to get the vegetables nicely mixed in. After a couple of minutes, the edges of the onions will start to look a little bit translucent, and at this stage I want to go in with the garlic. Now I'm using a lot of garlic. I'm using a whole head of garlic cut up into nice big, chopped up roughly basically, and then I'll put that in. If you don't like to use as much, don't, use less or use none at all, but garlic has an amazing immune boosting property that you need to be thinking of right now. And then, oh, another great smell as the garlic goes in. Okay, it's about ready for all the liquid now. So in goes the liquid. First of all, a can of pineapple and its juice. You can just chop up a fresh pineapple if you've got it. If you have got it, all the better. But in that goes in with its juice. And in goes my tomato passata, which is basically just a sieved tomato sauce. Waste not, want not. Rinse that with a little bit of water. Get it in and stir it in, and then we'll see where we are with liquid level. Alright, see where I am now liquid wise, and what we want to do now is just top that up now with what I'm doing is I'm topping it up with hot water until it just comes up to the level of the meat. There you go, that's just about right. Now those of you will be looking at this and thinking, well, what about his chorizo sausage? Well, chorizo sausage is cooked, and I only want to put that in at the sort of last minute to warm it up. But however, the chili flakes, they need to go in. This is going to be what I would call a medium heat. You can adjust the heat of this dish by lowering the amount of or raising the amount of chili flakes or the type of chili, but this one works particularly well, I've found, and it gives what I call a medium heat. That's all very subjective, isn't it, whatever you call medium heat or a high heat. And in there goes also the paprika, and stir that all to mix. I was messing around making this the other day and it just worked out so well, and it tasted amazing. I wonder if it's the name of some fancy dish in Mexico or somewhere that I haven't noticed, but it really is good. It really is a winning combination. Fabulous. Once it's a nice rolling boil, I just turn it down to a simmer now. Okay, that's settled down to a low simmer now. I'm just going to cover it and leave it for about 40 minutes. Alright, let's have a look at this. Oh, well, it's certainly looking good. Question is it tasting good? Right, let's give it a try. You should always try. Tastes good, but it needs some salt. So I'm going to adjust for salt now. I'm going to add a bit of sea salt into it. Kosher salt. And plenty of black pepper, because it's me and I love black pepper. And we're dropping the chorizo. Give it a stir. There we go. And then give that another taste. Different spoon. Just a bit more salt. Now I'm going to cover that and just simmer it for another 20 minutes just to heat up the chorizo. I'm not adding stock to this because the chorizo gives really great flavour. It gives a lot of bang for your buck, and it's going to impart a lot of flavour into that stew, and also it's going to impart a little bit of its own salt. So you just only need to salt it mildly really at this point and let the chorizo do the work. So put the lid on that and then another 20 minutes and then we'll see what it's like. Alright, time's up. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. I'll give it a stir. It's looking good. Give it a taste. Just for seasoning, a little bit more black pepper because I can. Pinch more salt, which is all it needs, and we'll do a little taste test, shall we? Alright, let's give this a try. Try the pork. Chunk of the chorizo. Bit of the pineapple, pepper and onion. There's a nice piquance from the chili. There's a really nice sweet tang from the pineapple. It just goes really well and it really cuts through that pork really nicely. Superb. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to follow my channel, please subscribe and be sure to click the bell icon to receive notification of all my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.